Hello. Oh, there we go. Hi. Well, how's everyone doing this evening? Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. This is for those of you who, of course, a lot of you are already very closely affiliated with CCA. Some of you may be friends who are just, seeing our performances for the first time. This is one of our first performances, so we're very excited. But we are Classical Christian Academy, and in a moment, I'm actually going to ask Miss Macy to go ahead and bring the actors out. But we don't have a curtain, but it works great, honestly. I love the setup. But anyways, we've been blessed. Crossroads Baptist Church has really been a huge blessing to us, very generous to allow us to use this. And we have an amazing team, admin, actors, just everybody, sound tech. We've just been so blessed, and we're really, again, we're just really grateful that all of you are here spending some time with us. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Miss Macy to bring out the actors right about now. Awesome. And so as they get settled in their spots real quick, I'm going to mention a couple things just so you guys know. We actually, kind of like how they do in playbills for theater shows, we have a cast bio up there in one of the slides, and you can actually pull up the pictures and descriptions of all of our actors. So we're something we thought it would be kind of cool. Also, I will say more about it later, but there is actually an option to donate. And I will talk more about that. That's in regards to the school in particular. So, like I said, we'll get more details. But we're excited. These kids have been working all semester for this. And we're getting ready to show you what we've been putting on and what we've been practicing for. So we'll first start off with a word of prayer, and then we'll get going. So here we go. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day that you've given us. And we just are so grateful for all the people that you've brought into our lives, all these amazing kids and actors. We just ask that, Lord, you will bless this time together. And, Lord, just allow us to, just to do our best, calm their nerves, and help them to put on a good performance, Lord, one that will just, again, honor and glorify you in everything that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, I'm Mr. Rodriguez. I'm the Fine Arts Director, and this is our cast. And it's beginning to look a lot like A Mystery by the Skit guys.
Oh, wow. And I got this statue at a thrift shop around the corner. Can you believe someone donated this?
It's a tragedy.
And I got this one.
That's great, Linda, but I really shouldn't be killing yourself in the kitchen.
I'm trying. You know how the holidays are. Everyone expects me to be here. You guys sound like you're having a lot of fun. Maddie's there too? Man, it sounds like everyone's at that party except for me. We're just being bored, doing the same thing we do every Christmas Eve. I don't even know why we even get together on Christmas Eve every year. I'd way rather be at that party. I think I can sneak out. I'll see you guys next year. Bye.
Why don't you show my niece Lydia your statue?
Well, actually, I was just about to get going.
Glenda has over 100 religious figurines. You really should see them before you leave. It's quite the collection.
I have 136. 136! Don't worry, I didn't bring them all to New Zealand. Thank goodness. I only brought 96. I didn't know you were so religious, Glenda, but if you have over 100 nativity figurines, you must be. Oh no, it's not about being religious. They're just so pretty and fun to collect. Look at this painting on the shepherd's cute little face. I'm never getting out of here.
Come on! That was offsides. That ref doesn't know what he's doing. We could do a better job refereeing this game. You know it.
How you feeling, sis? You've been wrapped up in that blanket since we left the house, and we had a 3-hour drive just to get here.
I'm fine, Jean. Just leave me alone.
Don't be such a grouch, Alberta. It's Christmas, and actually it's quite warm in here. Maybe you'd feel better if you were sitting closer by the fire.
You just want to get away from that bird cage because you're afraid of that stinking bird.
No, I'm not. She's a friend! She's a friend! I'm sure Granny wouldn't mind switching seats with you. Isn't that right, Granny?
What was that, dear?
I said, would you mind switching seats?
Yes, I would like something to eat. Thanks for asking.
Don't worry, Granny. I brought you a little snack.
I guess I could use a pillow behind my back. Thank you, dear.
Brad, would you mind handing Granny that extra throw pillow?
Yeah, just try and keep it down. Derek and I are trying to watch this game.
But it's Christmas Eve. Don't you want to visit with everyone?
What there's a game?
Sorry.
Want to watch me burn this little sheep, Carter?
Sure, Rocky.
Because I'm going to do it, you know. I'm going to stick this little sheep I found right in the fire.
Whatever.
Okay, here goes.
What do you think you're doing, Rocky?
None of your business.
It is my business if you're planning on burning my house down on Christmas Eve. We still haven't opened presents, and I have a lot of good stuff on my list this year.
Ooh, presents.
Those aren't for you, Rocky. They're for me.
How did you know?
This is my house. Now why don't you go find a Christmas cookie or something? There's cookies? Where? The sheep. The cookies in the kitchen.
Can we get this show on the road? I'm expecting a call from my editor.
On Christmas Eve?
Yeah, and I'm expecting a call from my publicist.
Wow, you wouldn't expect the publishing world to be so busy this time of year.
It is for us.
You have to remember, I'm a best-selling author.
And one of my novels being turned into a major motion picture next year.
Stella, that's great. Is anyone famous going to be in it?
Is anyone famous going to be in it?
Well, is there?
I would say so.
Just tell her already. Kelly is our sister after all, even if she's never done anything with her.
Hey, just because I'm not an author like you, Sarah.
I thought we were talking about me right now.
Right. You were just about to tell me which famous actor's in your movie.
If I must.
Really? Him? I thought he was thinking of television after that terrible scandal.
Apparently not.
Wow, she's in the movie too? Well, I'm definitely going to have to see it now.
You weren't going to see it anyways? Your little sister wrote it.
Oh, I mean, of course. Oh, look, it's time for Cousin Donna's annual Christmas Eve Party Magic Show.
That's Donna the Great?
Right, Donna the Great. Better find a good seat.
I don't need a good seat. I've seen this show every year since I was 3 years old. I can play the entire thing out in my mind.
But I've made improvements this year. I figured it was time.
If by improvements you mean you will be sending Cousin Wanda's detective hat fire again, I'd say those improvements are overdue.
That's probably why Cousin Wanda doesn't come around on Christmas Eve anymore. You know how she feels about that detective hat.
Actually, I think she's been doing some amateur detective work out of state for the last few years.
Oh, really? I heard she moved back home.
Is that so? Maybe I should see if she wants to join us.
All right, gather around. Cousin Donna's about to perform her magic show.
Donna the Great?
Donna the Great's about to perform her magic show.
That's an interception.
You've played enough video games, Carter.
But Dad, guess I'll just go to my room then.
No, you won't. You can stay here and enjoy this family Christmas party. You can start working on that extra credit homework you need to do to bring up your failing math grade.
But Dad, it's Christmas break. You really can't expect me to do math homework.
The choice is yours.
Fine, I guess I'll just stay here then.
Way to go, Mavs!
Now, with my magic wand, I will make a bunch of flowers magically appear. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
I don't understand. Why is her wand all bendy like that?
I think Donna's trick went wrong.
No, I don't want to hear a song. I want to see a magic trick.
Well, let me try another one. Who here wants to see me pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I do. I love rabbits.
I hate rabbits, the way they hop around everywhere.
Terrifying. I can't wait to see this.
You might be waiting a while.
All I need to do is say the magic words and a rabbit will suddenly appear.
We'll say it then.
Abra-cadabra-dabba-dee.
What's supposed to come out of there?
A rabbit.
You want me to grab it?
I said a rabbit, like a bunny.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I think she is. She has the one magic trick yet.
Sorry, Granny. All I wanted to do was put on a good magic show for my family this year. The show's over.
Then that's my cue to leave. Merry Christmas, everyone, and I'll see you next year.
Not so fast, Lydia.
We still need to do our family Christmas Eve tradition.
The nativity set.
It's a family heirloom.
It should be mine.
No, it should be mine.
All right, everyone, gather around and I'll remind you how this works.
But Mom, we do this silly tradition every year. I think we all know how it works.
Lydia hasn't done it before.
How's that possible? Lydia's here every year. Isn't she? I'm pretty sure I saw her last year.
She's always here, but she usually manages to sneak out before the end of the night.
I was just stepping out for a bit of fresh air.
Get back in here, Lydia. You'll have a good time, I promise.
Right.
So let's fill Lydia in. As you all know, this nativity set is very important to our family. Our great-great-grandparents brought it with them many years ago to this country to remind us the true story of Christmas.
I just love that nativity set. The figures are so exquisite.
We display the nativity set all December long, but as you know, the baby Jesus wasn't in the manger until Christmas Day.
The baby Jesus would be set off to one side until a very special moment on Christmas Eve.
One very lucky member of this family would then have the honor of placing baby Jesus in the manger.
So every year for generations, we play a special game to decide who has the honor of putting Jesus in the manger.
Ugh, a game.
You bet.
Do we really have to do this?
Come on, everyone. This is an important tradition in our family. We don't get to see each other very often. Some of us are busy in their careers.
You got that right.
Some of us don't live very close.
Yeah, Alberta and I do have a long drive.
And some of us have plans with friends or are busy with other social commitments.
Some of us have social commitments right now.
We all get so wrapped up with the hustle and bustle of Christmas that I think we forget why it is we come together on this special day.
Presents, Christmas cookies.
Magic shows?
No, not any of those things. Maybe once we play the game, you'll remember why we started this tradition in the first place.
What kind of game?
Inside this box is the baby Jesus from the manger.
Because
Jesus is the greatest gift of all, isn't that right?
Yes, Annie. Now Jeff will play a special Christmas carol as one by one we pass around the box. Whoever has it when the music stops has the honor of putting Jesus in the manger.
Does anyone have any questions?
Just one. Can I keep the blanket on for this game?
I told you it's warm in here. Stop being such a grouch. You're probably just coming down with the cold, you big baby.
Is everyone ready?
They're ready, all right. Ready to take the ball all the way to the end zone. Go, Mavs!
Then let's do it.
I hope I get to put the box in the nativity set. I just love to hold the figurines, if only for a few minutes.
Is this breakable? Give that to me. You just don't know how to handle precious heirlooms.
I can't believe Mom gave this nativity set to Kelly. It should be mine.
No, it should be mine.
Maybe next year I could incorporate this tradition into my magic show. I could make the baby Jesus magically appear in the nativity set.
Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea, Don.
I could have been playing Minecraft or Stirano instead of this silly game.
Can someone please take this from me? I don't want to come out from under this blanket.
Don't be such a grouch, Alberta. It's Christmas.
He's a grouch!
I ate that bird! So I can go after we're done with this game.
You're off to find fortune and fame? The quarterback looks for an opening. He sees one. He's getting ready to pass. That is not how we handle precious heirlooms, Cousin Derek. The field is clear. The end zone is in sight. Touchdown! Touchdown!
And I'll take the box.
Ha! I knew it. Best girl wins.
It's not that kind of game. We all win because Jesus was born to save us from our sins.
That's right. And tonight Annie has the honor of putting Jesus in the manger. Go ahead, open the box.
Don't mind if I do.
See everyone later.
Baby Jesus is missing! What?
That can't be right.
It's true. There's nothing inside. Baby Jesus is gone. Ooh, it looks like we have a mystery on our hands. The case of the missing baby Jesus.
I don't think so, Lydia.
This can't be. I put Jesus in there myself.
Let me
Where?
No, let me.
Can you all give me some space?
Well, what do we do now?
We have to find Jesus.
How do we do that?
And how long will that take?
I don't know. Let's all take a few minutes and look for it.
It's not over here.
Not here either.
We didn't see it.
It's not here.
Honey, maybe we should call the police.
The police? On Christmas Eve?
This is a precious heirloom and it's gone missing.
Actually, I have a better idea. Hello, this is Kelly. I know it's been a while since we've seen you. Are you still doing that amateur detective work? Great, then we have a case for you. We have a family heirloom that's gone missing. What is it? Well, it's the baby Jesus. Yes, the baby Jesus, the one from our nativity set. Send you come by? That'd be great. We'll wait right here for you. Thanks again. We all need to stay put. The detective should be here any minute.
The detective? Who is that, honey?
You'll see.
Well, that was quick. I'll get it, and then maybe I'll just step out.
No one's going anywhere. I'll get it.
Hide me. I don't want the paparazzi to get a shot of my face.
Hello, neighbors.
Hello, Miss Winters.
As president of the Homeowners Association, I feel that it's my duty to inform you that you have 3 more cars parked outside your house and allotted in Article B, Section 132 of the Homeowners Association Agreement. See?
Yes, I do see that, and I apologize. But we always have this many cars parked in our driveway for our family Christmas party.
I see Glenda's here. She's a neighbor. She's not a part of your family.
Well, sometimes neighbors can become just like family. I'm sorry about the number of parked cars. Would you like me to have my guests move them?
I suppose I could let it go just this one time.
Thank you, Miss Winters.
But don't let it happen again.
I thought she would never leave.
Me too.
Not again.
Miss Winters, I told you. Oh,
Hi, we're from the local Christian church around the corner.
We've come to carol for you.
And a 1, and a 2,
it's so
and
kind of you to want you to share your songs with us, but this really is a bad time.
Would you like us to come back later?
That would probably be for the best.
Onward, carolers.
I don't remember the last time our doorbell rang this much. You've got to be kidding me. You said we don't want any carols right now.
It's a good thing my name isn't Carol then.
Cousin Wanda, thank you so much for coming.
The name is Smart. Detective Smart. I was told there's a mystery here that needed solving.
Yes, detective, come right in.
Oh no, not Cousin Wanda. I thought you said
Aunt Jane is right. She moved back recently.
It looks like she's still playing detective, just like when we were kids.
Would you like me to take your coat and hat?
Most certainly not.
Well, we have a fire burning in the fireplace.
Huh. So you think you're a detective too? Only you're pointing out the obvious.
I only meant you might get too warm with your coat on.
I'll be just fine. I assure you.
Is that little one smart? Still playing detective, I see. Come on, give your granny a big kiss.
Not now, Granny. Can't you see I'm trying to work here?
You don't need to lurk here. We're all family. You can just join in on the party like the rest of us.
What precisely is the mystery I've been called here to solve?
Baby Jesus has gone missing.
Is that so? Find that hard to believe since he was born a few thousand years ago.
Not the real baby Jesus. The baby Jesus from our nativity set.
I see. And where was he last seen?
In this box. You might remember it's a tradition in our family to pass around a gift box. Whoever has it, when the music stops, has the honor of putting Jesus in the manger.
How traditional.
It's actually a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. Definitely worth waiting around all night for.
Doesn't seem as if everyone enjoys this tradition.
I didn't take the figurine, if that's what you're implying.
I'm not implying anything. Yet. You know, it's been a while since I attended one of these gatherings. Why don't you help me get assembled with the acquainted guests?
Of course. You already know my husband, Jeff, and these two lovely young people are our son and daughter, Carter and Annie.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Of course, you know my sisters, Sarah and Stella.
Hey, Wanda.
That's Detective Smart to you?
A method actor. I like it.
This is Jeff's Aunt Jean and her sister, Alberta.
I think you brought a draft in here with you.
Alberta, don't be rude.
And these are Jeff's cousins, Brad and Derek. They pretty much just show up to watch the game.
What a catch!
Of course, you know Granny.
I don't need a nanny.
And this is cousin Rocky.
I wasn't doing anything. I swear.
And who is this woman with what appears to have a bag full of nativity figurines?
That's Glenda. She's a friend of the family. Those figurines are hers from home.
I have 136.
We'll see about that. That just leaves you. Tell me, who wears a magician's costume to a Christmas party?
It's not a costume.
Magician's hat, magician's cape. If this isn't a costume, then what is your explanation for wearing this getup?
I'm wearing this because I am a magician. I'm Donna the Great.
So tell me, Donna, are you a talented magician?
Well, I mean, I'd like to think so.
We'd all like to think so, but we see your show, so we know better. I only lit the Christmas tree on fire one time.
That one spot on the sofa Mom tried to repair unsuccessfully. Look at the running back. Hit that hole.
Don't forget about my wig.
So maybe you're not as talented as you think.
Well,
And maybe, just maybe, you were sick and tired of your magic tricks not working out as you had hoped.
well, I don't know about that.
And maybe this year you thought, wouldn't everyone be impressed if instead of that baby Jesus being pulled out of that gift box, I pulled him out of my magic hat?
That would be a very neat surprise.
The surprise would have been if it actually worked.
Surprise! I really hate surprises.
It's a good thing that Mary and Joseph didn't agree with you.
Mary and Joseph.
You know, Mary and Joseph were two people, just like you and me, who were out living their lives when they were each visited by the angel Gabriel.
That's right. The angel told them that Mary was pregnant with a baby who was the son of God.
Now that was a surprise.
Yeah, I guess that would be a pretty good surprise, especially coming from a host of heavenly angels on this silly parrot.
Yeah, that's a great story, but angels are not going to appear in this room and tell us where your missing figurine is. Luckily, Detective Smart is on the job.
Who's Detective Smart?
I am.
I thought her name was Wanda.
If you're so smart, shouldn't you know your own name?
I know my own name, and I also know the name of our first suspect.
You? You miss it.
It's you, Donna the Great.
Touchdown!
Tommy, I swear.
If that's true, then let us look in your hat.
Be my guest.
There's nothing in here.
I told you. Flavor wanted us to put on a good show for my family on Christmas Eve for once. I've tried, as hard as I've tried, I've never been able to make anything appear inside my hat. There's no way the baby Jesus was going to appear inside it now.
We love your magic show.
That's all of us, anyway.
We look forward to it every year, even if it doesn't turn out the way you'd hoped. Don't be so hard on yourself, Donna.
Thanks, Kelly. You know, the real magic of Christmas doesn't happen during my show anyways. Maybe it has something to do with what happened in those stables so long ago.
Maybe you're right.
Well, if it wasn't Donna, who took the figurine?
We still haven't proved it wasn't Donna, but I think there's another obvious suspect among us.
Who is that?
When detectives look for clues, one of the most important things we have to consider is motive. And who has a better motive than your good friend Glenda?
Hey, what's the meaning of this?
Really?
Hey, lady, get out of the way. Can't you see there's a game on?
And there's the mystery I'm trying to solve.
Fine.
Glenda, you more than anyone here seem to have a fascination with nativity figurines, which makes you a prime suspect.
I do love them. They're so pretty and fun to collect, but I would never take one that doesn't belong to me.
Yeah, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? I believe you said you have 135 figurines in this bag.
I have 136 figurines in my collection, but only 92 here in this bag.
Very well then. Count them.
Count all of them right here, right now?
Yes.
But that'll take forever.
Glenda's right. Is this really necessary?
We will never know unless we get an accurate count.
You should line them up by type of figurine. Shepherd's over here,
Joseph's over here.
and Mary's over here.
I feel like a census taker.
What do you mean?
When Mary and Joseph were pregnant with Jesus, Caesar Augustus decreed that everyone must travel from their hometown to be registered for the census. That meant that Mary and Joseph had to do a long journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem to be counted.
Oh, so that's why Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Who knew there was such a wonderful story behind all these figurines I've been collecting?
That's right.
That must have been a big job for the census takers to count all those weary travelers. I guess I can count these figurines to clear my name. 1, 2, 3.
Are you guys almost done here?
89, 90, 91, 92. I told you I have 92 figurines in my bag. I didn't take it.
She's right. I double-checked the count. And my baby Jesus isn't here.
We still haven't proved Glenda didn't take it. But I'll move on for now. There are plenty more suspects to investigate right here in this room. Watch and learn. Well, if the figurine didn't magically disappear or become number 137 in a collection, then someone took that figurine. And I'm going to find out who took it. You! Lydia, was it?
Yes, but I didn't take the baby Jesus.
Lydia only found out about the tradition this year. She usually finds a way to sneak out before we start.
So what I'm hearing is you're sneaky.
No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, maybe a little.
All she does is lurk by the door until it's time to leave.
That's not true.
Well, it's kind of true. I myself had to stop you from leaving a couple of times tonight.
I need to see this in action. So she was standing by the door, like so.
Yeah, but she would have had her hat and scarf on, too.
Like that.
I can't breathe.
Better.
Oh, yes. So much better.
Then what happened?
Then when I saw she was trying to make a break for it, I ran over and slammed the door shut.
So she had the door open and everything?
She had a foot out the door and everything.
Like this?
Hello, Miss Winters.
Hello again, neighbors.
Were you trying to listen in at the door with that cup?
My cup? Well, that's just silly.
Yes, it is. But what were you using the cup for?
As president of the Homeowners Association, I feel that it's my duty to inform you that you oh my gosh.
Okay, yes, I see here where it's saying about the decibel unit, but how are you measuring the decibel unit with that cup?
My cup? Well, that's just silly.
Yes, it is. But try to keep the noise down.
You better. And don't let it happen again.
Yeah. Now, where were we?
Lydia was trying to escape.
No, it wasn't.
Then why were you sitting by the door?
I was just making sure everyone stayed inside.
So you were keeping everyone in.
Ha! That means
this lady as the innkeeper. What's so funny?
You know, like the innkeeper in Bethlehem, the one who had no room for Mary and Joseph whatsoever.
Oh yeah, when Mary and Joseph arrived in Bethlehem, they looked for an inn to stay in, but all the rooms were full. They finally found an innkeeper who let them stay in the stables out back.
Sleeping out in a barn with the horses and the sheep? Can you imagine? I won't even stay in a hotel that doesn't have at least 1,000 third couches.
I'd love to sleep in a barn.
I'm sure you feel right at home, Rocky.
Hey!
I believe the word you're looking for is nay.
Okay, you got me. I was trying to sneak out. But I was just trying to go to a really cool party with my friends. Is that a crime?
No, but stealing is.
So am I even a suspect, considering I didn't even know about the figurine until tonight?
Your motive is unclear. I will admit that. You are free to go.
Great!
For now.
See everyone later!
Yeah, I don't think so.
Foiled again.
Well, if the figurine didn't simply walk out the door, then it must be somewhere in this room. Maybe it's over here.
Is he blind?
Or over here.
That ref needs glasses. Look at all the defenders flock to the ball like a bunch of sheep.
Maybe you're hiding it.
Looks like we need steppers up in here.
Or maybe it's right in plain sight. Maybe, just maybe, this figurine has been right under our noses, or your cousin, this entire time. Really?
Oh, who is that?
Maybe it's under this cousin.
Not cool, lady.
Sorry, fellas. Guess I just heard all this talk about shepherds and sheep and thought you were more interested in this figurine than you were letting on.
The baby Jesus is missing? Shepherds and sheep?
You know, the shepherds who are out in the fields tending to their flock when a chorus of angels appeared to them.
Why anyone choose to look after those filthy beasts all day? I'll never know.
The shepherds were out in their fields tending to their flocks, minding their own business, when suddenly a chorus of angels appeared to them, proclaiming the good news, singing hallelujah.
I will never understand why people choose to keep animals as pets.
But what's all this about the baby Jesus being missing?
The baby Jesus from our nativity set's missing.
Do you have a nativity set?
Yes, of course. And every year we play a game to decide who has the honor of putting Jesus in the manger.
We have a family tradition?
Haven't you guys been listening to anything I've been trying to say? Christmas is a lot more than a football game.
I thought football was our family tradition.
Heck yeah, it is! You knew it! And we've lost them again.
It's all right, they weren't strong sales books anyways. So,
Where is it then?
who is? Kelly, do you think there's anyone who you think would deliberately steal the baby Jesus?
Of course not. Who would do such a thing?
Perhaps someone who has the same attachment to it as you do.
The nativity set's been in my family for generations. The only people that have the same attachment to it are my sisters.
Us? You've gotta be kidding me. Why would we steal that old nativity set? We're both famous authors and could buy brand new ones if we wanted to.
Well, I mean, isn't it heard that you said that you think the nativity set should be yours?
How'd you even know that? You only arrived here like 20 minutes ago.
I have my ways. And isn't it true that you both consider yourself the real stars of the family?
Well, it's true, isn't it? I can't help it if Kelly stayed home while Sarah and I went to follow our dreams. My book alone went on to sell millions of copies.
My book sold millions of copies too, you know.
Yeah, but did yours get option for movie rights?
No, but it will.
Doubt it. Even if it does, it's not as if you know who will be starring in it.
Starring in what? In Stella's movie.
Little Stella's gonna be in a movie?
No, her book is being made into a movie. Somebody famous is gonna be in it.
Who? Clark Gable.
No, Granny.
How bad is Clark Gable? So what you're saying is you think you're a bigger star than me? Well, I can't help it if the light's shining on me and not you.
Why,
Can you two cut it out? It doesn't matter who the biggest star in the family is.
Kelly's right. It shouldn't matter who has the most money or fame. On Christmas, the only star that matters is the one that shone over Jesus' birthplace, that guided weary travelers to pay their respects to the newborn king.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sometimes it's hard being a twin. Everyone always sees you as part of a pair and forgets you have your own identity. We've been so consumed with being the real stars of the family
And if memory serves, I always ended up getting in the middle of those fights. Kind of like now.
So, are we still suspects?
I'm not ruling the two of you out. Yet. Although, I doubt either of you could pull yourselves away from your books long enough to steal the baby Jesus.
That's right. Hey.
She may be the biggest star in the family, but she's not the brightest bulb.
You're a real wise guy, aren't you, Carter?
Yes, he is. And he's also my next suspect. Really? When detectives look for clues, we look for something that is out of place or missing. And a math book in the middle of a Christmas party is definitely out of place.
It wouldn't be out if Carter would just do his homework.
That is an explanation for this math book. And it's also a motive.
Motive?
You clearly didn't want to do your math homework, but your dad wasn't letting you off the hook. What better way to distract your family than to steal the baby Jesus?
Huh, that's pretty smart. I'll have to remember that.
Well, I guess we won't be seeing this anytime soon.
But, Dad...
Great job. You have cracked the case on Carter's failing math grade.
You're welcome. Now tell us, Carter, where's the baby Jesus?
I don't know. That math book is mine. But trust me, I didn't steal the baby Jesus.
Carter is hardly wise. Wise men were scholars of science and mathematics. They studied the bright stars and used a bright star in the night sky to guide them so they could deliver frankincense, gold, and myrrh to the newborn Messiah. Carter can't tell you what 5 times 5 is.
That's where you're wrong, sis. 5 times 5 is 10. Boom.
I arrest my case.
Well, there are 3 wise men, and you seem like a little know-it-all.
Sorry to be smart, but I live here and can see the nativity set any time I want to. So I don't have a motive for stealing it. Besides, I could care less. Not when all those presents in the tree are waiting just for me.
Very well, then. What about you, smart girl?
Smart girl, Rocky? Rocky is hardly smart. Just before you arrived, I had to stop her from burning toys in the fireplace. Come to think of it, Rocky might be a great suspect. Maybe she was messing around with the nativity set and broke the baby Jesus.
Looks like we've got a future detective on our hands. Tell us, Rocky, what did you do with the baby Jesus?
Well, I was playing with the nativity set earlier.
So you do admit it.
Well, I didn't break any of the figures. I swear. I was too busy eating Christmas cookies. You're just being a little hard on the kids, Wanda. It's Christmas after all.
Yes, it is. And all these kids seem to care about are video games, presents, and cookies.
Cookies are awesome.
They seem to have no care at all for our family and our tradition, which makes them prime suspects, in my opinion.
Rocky was playing with the nativity figures earlier, but I stopped her. She's telling the truth.
I will never understand why people choose to keep animals as pets!
Then maybe you stole the baby Jesus. Check the parrot's cage.
What do you mean? I didn't steal the baby Jesus. Why are you having to check the parrot's cage?
You've been going on all night about how much you hate animals. Maybe you stole the baby Jesus and put it in the parrot's cage to frame the bird.
Frame the parrot! Frame the parrot! I don't hate all animals, just noisy, obnoxious ones that make me jump out of my skin!
She's telling the truth. Jean doesn't hate all animals. In fact, she has a real affection for them.
Except sheep. I don't like how they let them get their wool all dirty. Yuck.
But horses, donkeys, and cows, she loves them.
I just love it when cows moo. It's so sweet, like a lullaby.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
I always thought that's why God had Mary give birth to Jesus in a stable instead of an inn. The warmth of the animals nestled into the hay, and the cows mooing must have been a peaceful place for Jesus to come into the world.
And lo, the cows moved the newborn king to sleep. Yeah, that's not in him.
There is no baby Jesus in Polly's cage.
See? I told you I didn't frame that silly bird.
Well, I mean, you seem to know a lot about the nativity story.
I do. I love it.
So maybe that's why you stole it.
I didn't. I swear. Alberta and I live 3 hours away and hardly get to celebrate Christmas with the family. I'd never do anything to ruin such a special day.
You know you can come and visit whenever you like.
I know. Family is important. When God sent his son to earth, he gave him a wonderful family in Mary and Joseph, full of love from the day he was born. We all have a lot of love in this family, too.
You sure do.
Detective Smart, you've questioned nearly everyone here, and we're still no closer to finding the baby Jesus.
I still have one more person I want to question.
Who's that?
Someone who's created a clever disguise in which to hide the baby Jesus.
I thought we already established that this isn't a costume.
Not you, Donna. Someone who has sat here all night, only exclaiming every so often about how cold it is in here, even though we all can agree it is quite warm in here.
It is cold in here.
Or is that just what you want us to think, so you can stay in that blanket and hide the baby Jesus?
Alberta, no!
I didn't steal the baby Jesus.
Then unwrap yourself from those swaddling clothes and prove your innocence.
Swaddling clothes, is it just me, or are these nativity references going a bit too far?
There, happy now?
Alberta, no!
Fine, you got me. I wasn't cold. I just didn't want you to see my silly pajamas. I was taking a nap before you came and didn't have time to change. Sorry.
Trust me, Alberta. No one's sorrier than me.
Detective Smart, you said Alberta was your last suspect. What do we do now?
Now we recap.
Recap.
Every detective knows the best way to go through evidence is to recap.
How do we do that?
Lead me through the events of the evening. Follow me.
Come on, Granny, take my arm.
No, I don't want to go out to the park. Ow, baby, no, you want to put me out in the casket dress? Yeah.
What happened first?
Everyone came in and got settled. Glenda was showing off her nativity figures.
And who was she showing his figurines to?
She's showing them to me over there near the door.
Very well then, let's go to the door. Come on!
I was showing you my two figures from my collection.
Okay, so Glenda's over here. This figurine's the best. No, this one. That sound about right?
Sounds about right to me.
Very well then, what happened?
Then I brought Granny a snack.
Where did she have the snack? And what was the snack?
Just some crackers and cheese.
Okay.
Yes, I do feel free. Thank you, Alberta. What in the world are you wearing?
All right, then what happened?
Then Donna started her magic show.
And where did she have this magic show?
Over by the fireplace.
Very well then, let's go to the fireplace. Move, people, let's go, come on. Fireplace. All right, so Donna's over here. She says the magic words, abracadabra-dabba-dee, and out pops the flowers.
Not exactly.
How did you do that?
Then what happened?
Then Lydia was trying to escape.
And I assume she was over by the door for this.
Yes.
Let's go to the door, guys. So Lydia's over here, and I assume she'd have the door open, right?
I did not.
Sure.
Hello again, neighbors. When I was here earlier, I noticed that your Christmas decorations were out of compliance in regards to Article J of Section 227 of the Homeowners Association Agreement. See?
Yes, I do, and we'll get to it right away.
Don't let it happen again.
Steph, that wasn't very neighborly.
I'm sorry, Kelly, but it's Miss Woodner's because she's the worst. You've got to be kidding me.
Are you guys ready for that Christmas?
No!
Then what happened?
Then we played the game.
Very well then. Go play the game.
You want us to pass the box?
Yes, please.
Come on, Ken, hurry, or it'll be the first time in years we haven't put the baby Jesus in the manger on Christmas Eve.
Okay, so she passes it, he passes it, she passes it really fastly. Okay, to her. Who had the box?
I did.
And is it safe to assume you are the one who opened it?
I was.
Very well then. Open the box.
But how can this be? What is it?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's the baby Jesus, but Detective Smart, I swear, it wasn't here before.
I know.
But how can it be here now?
If I'm correct, the person must have put the baby Jesus back in the box himself. Or shall I say, herself. Well done, Kelly.
Thank you, Detective Smart.
Mom, did you steal the baby Jesus?
I did.
But why?
We've had this tradition in our family for many years. We gather in this house. We eat cookies and drink punch. We look at Glenda's figurines and watch Donna's attempt at a magic show. We bicker over the biggest star the family is. Brad and Derek watch a football game while we wait to open presents. We've just gotten bored of our traditions, going through the motions year after year. Granny's lucky she's near deaf. She doesn't have to listen to all the bickering and complaining.
Oh, I've heard it all right.
You have?
I sure have. And Kelly's right. We've forgotten the meaning of Christmas and what it means to be a family gathering on this day. When I was a little girl, back in 1894, my grandmama, your great-great-grandmama, saw this nativity set in a shop window. She saved every nickel and dime she could to purchase this set. You see, even in those days, as we all got busier and busier, my grandmama could see that we needed something to help remind us while we gather together on this day.
And why is that?
To celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, of course.
Well, we all know that Christmas is about Jesus' birth, Granny, but I still don't see why that means I have to miss out on going to the biggest party of the year with my friends.
When we gather together on this day, it's important to remember the gift that God gave this world, His one and only Son, and the love that He has for us, and the love we have for one another.
I suppose you're right. I guess I've forgotten just how special this family can be.
We've been so wrapped up in ourselves. We've forgotten the message of peace and love that remembering Jesus' birth brings.
And coming together on Christmas to honor Jesus helps spread the peace and love throughout the world.
There's so many events of Jesus' birth to remember.
Like the angel Gabriel surprising Mary and Joseph with the news that Mary was expecting the Messiah.
And when Mary and Joseph had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem to be counted for the census.
They looked for a room at the inn, but there was none to be had.
So they went out to the stables where baby Jesus was born.
Mary wrapped him in swaddling clothes and placed him in the manger.
While the shepherds were in the fields tending to their sheep.
Until a chorus of angels appeared proclaiming the good news of Jesus' birth.
A star shone in the sky even where baby Jesus lay.
The three wise men saw the star and started traveling, bearing the news of the newborn king.
Is that right, Mom? Is that what you wanted us to remember?
Yes, it is.
I think your great-great-grandma would be so very proud of how you honored this tradition. She started so long ago.
Thanks, Granny. And thank you, Detective Smart, for helping us solve the case and remembering the true meaning of Christmas.
Of course. And thanks for letting me play detective. And helping me remember, too.
It's still Christmas Eve. Who gets to put the baby Jesus in the manger this year?
I have an idea. Not so fast.
What do you need from me, Kelly? This case is closed.
You may only be an amateur detective, Wanda, but you're still part of this family. And you found the baby Jesus today, so you should have the honor of putting him in the manger.
I'd be honored. I haven't done this since I was a kid. Thank you.
And it's the mass for the win.
Are you guys still watching? How is it that you guys are watching a football game this late on Christmas Eve? There are no games on right now.
We're watching a recording of our senior year in high school.
We watch it every year.
So you knew what was going to happen the whole time?
Yep, we're smart like that.
You know it.
So did we find the missing baby Jesus?
Or what?
Yes, we did.
I'll get it.
No, you won't. You're just using that as an excuse to leave again.
Not anymore. I realized if I left early, I'd be missing out on some pretty special traditions. And a very special family.
That's right. And I think we have room for one more in this tradition.
Even Miss Winters?
Even Miss Winters.
What is it this time, Miss Winters?
Well, actually, it says in Article T of
Do you have any
432.
plans for Christmas Eve, Miss Winters?
No, I don't. Why do you ask?
We'd love to have you run a Christmas party.
But I'm a neighbor. I'm not a part of your family.
Well, sometimes neighbors can become just like family. Come on, let's find you a seat by the fire.
I love the church choir. As I always say, the best way to end a Christmas Eve celebration is by some good old-fashioned music sung by the church choir.
Are you guys ready for that Christmas carol yet?
And here they are, right on time.
What do we think, guys?
The more the merrier. Let's hear it.
Please sing Joy to the World with us.
Joy to the world.
And now Mrs. Winters. And now Brad and Derek. And now Rocky. Oh my word. All right, and now I want the twins. Stella and Sarah. And now Glenda. And now Aunt Jean and Aunt Alberta. And then Polly, stay where you're at. Polly, stay where you're at. Aunt Jean and Alberta going back up. This was Polly the parrot the whole time. And then we have Donna the Great. And then we have Carter Lambert. Annie Lambert. Jeff Lambert. Kelly Lambert. I almost forgot Lydia. And then finally, Detective Wanda Smart. And Granny! By the way, I did that earlier, and I feel so terrible. Granny, stand next to me real quick. I feel so awful, because she's sitting right in plain sight. You know, one of those things was like, they're facing right at you, and you miss them. But I'll tell you what, she's been a trooper, and she's really poured her heart and soul into everything. All of you, everybody come over here real quick. Let me tell you, this has been the largest crew that I've ever worked with. 25 actors, let me tell you. And we did, by the way, we did have one child who was not here tonight. Unfortunately, she got sick really bad, and her mama informed me tonight that she wasn't able to make it. So that was Gracie Pearson. So we carried her in our hearts with us this evening. We missed her terribly, but we were still happy that, you know, everybody else was still here, and it was a fantastic show. Let's give them a round of applause again. Now, real quick, before I dismiss, I want to mention a couple things. So we appreciate you guys again coming so much. But we also, just so you guys know, up on the screen, I believe, or at least in the where you would give the QR code, there is an option to donate, and we're specifically asking because, listen, we've got a great fine arts team, but the school is starting, we're really trying to build a fine arts department, and one of the best ways to do that is to be able to have the facilities, to be able to grow, and to be able to have a home where we can pour our hearts and our souls into it. And we've had, of course, the immense blessing of having some of the best administrators ever who have had a vision and a heart and a soul for this. Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Cecil, Mrs. Dillahay, and Mrs. Lowerzel, and they've all had such a heart and a soul to want to honor God and to please Him with everything that they do. And thankfully, our team has been wanting to do the exact same thing. And so one of the best ways for us to do that is for us to be able to have people like you who will help support our cause. And that specifically would be, again, we do have a capital campaign that is going to help the school grow, and that way we can find our permanent home and we can do a lot bigger activities. Right now, we've had a few kids show interest in, we want to do musicals, we want to do bigger plays, we just want to do bigger performances. All in all, we're very excited about this opportunity, but we have such incredible talent in the group that you have just seen, and we want to do more with that. As the Bible says, doing all with thy might, and just giving our best to the Lord, honoring and glorifying Him. So that's our vision, that's our goal, and we just want to be able to do that. So if you'll help us, if you have any questions about the capital campaign, you can talk to any one of our administrators, or you can talk to Jillian Gosselin, who is right back there as well. She is our director of the capital campaign. And I have several people to thank. They were on the list. I thank Macy Duncan, if she's right over there. So let me tell you, she has actually not been able to be with me at any of the practices this year, but she was able to help me out today, which was a huge help, let me tell you. So I thank her so much. Also, Andrea Miyares helped out so much with the graphics, the tickets, Jacina Kreider, and Jillian Gosselin, and Crossroads Baptist Church. They were so generous and so amazing for allowing us to be here in the first place. So we're very appreciative. We have Brother Cody and Brother Phil up there that were doing sound for us, and all the tech stuff, so we're very appreciative. Of course, the hospitality committee as well. They have some snacks outside, so we're really, really thankful for them as well. And just, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Obviously, I have a screen full of names up there too. But most of all, we want to thank our Lord for these wonderful kids, for all of you, and for the talent that they all have shown. So let's, well, I appreciate you. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and pray. And we'll be dismissed. And actually, like I said, there are snacks out there. But I'm going to ask the kids to stay here for a moment because we actually, let's do it real quick. Hold on. A couple of you wanted to take selfies. Like a selfie with the whole crew. Who was the one that, okay. All right, let me see. Picture time, everyone. Sorry. We are going to go ahead and take a moment and do this real quick. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And they'll stay up here for a little bit for y'all to take pictures of them. Let's go and pray. Let's go and pray, and we'll be dismissed. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day you've given us. I ask you, Lord, to please help us. Lord, just bless our efforts. And Lord, just thank you so much for a wonderful performance. Lord, for a wonderful school, for amazing actors and actresses. Lord, the amazing crew that we had here today. I just ask that you will bless everybody and that you will allow us to continue to honor and glorify you in everything that we say and do, in all of our talents that you have provided for us specifically. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, stay where you are, actors, in case if they want pictures of you.
Yes, indeed.